हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू मनु लॉ क्लासेस। मेरा नाम गौतम दीक्षित है। आज के इस वीडियो में हम नवंबर 18 2021 का डेली हिंदू एनालिसिस करेंगे। डेली हिंदू एनालिसिस के वीडियोस को एक्सेस करने के लिए आप प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब करें मनु लॉ क्लासेस प्राइवेट लिमिटेड का यूट्यूब चैनल। नाउ आज के जो इम्पोर्टेंट न्यूज़ है, अगर आज के जो 5 इम्पोर्टेंट न्यूज़ जो हैं, वन इज़ असर रिपोर्ट, द नेक्स्ट इज़ इंडिया रशिया 2+2 डायलॉग, ये पहली बार होने जा रहा है। देन वी हैव चाइना प्लेनम, इसके बारे में फॉरेन अफेयर्स के पेपर पे भी इंफॉर्मेशन है और एक एडिटोरियल भी इसके बारे में आया है। देन वी हैव सेबी इन्वेस्टर चार्टर, सेबी हैज़ रिलीज इन्वेस्टर चार्टर। द नेक्स्ट इज ग्लोबल क्लाइमेट रिस्क इंडेक्स, ये एडिटोरियल पेज ओपेड पेज पे है। देन देर आर सर्टन फैक्चुअल इन्फॉर्मेशन विच आर इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस। द फर्स्ट इज सब्स बूर्स, देन इन्फॉर्मेशन अबाउट ICJ, and then the tenure of Sanjay Kumar Mishra, the director of ED, has been extended. Now let's move towards the news. The first news is that ex-judge of Punjab High Court is going to monitor the UP probe. Which UP probe? So on October 3rd, लखीमपुर खेड़ी में जो मिनिस्टर्स के कॉन्वॉय था, जो जिसमें फार्मर्स और एक जर्नलिस्ट का जो डेथ हुआ था, so the Supreme Court it was not happy with the investigation going on. So now the Supreme Court had said that ex-High Court judge has to be appointed to probe the incident at Lakhimpur Kheri. Later on, the Uttar Pradesh government agreed. Now, Supreme Court has appointed the former Punjab and Haryana High Court judge, Justice Rakesh Kumar Jain, to monitor a time-bound investigation in Lakhimpur Kheri murder and violence to ensure transparency and impartiality. इनके साथ साथ IPS ऑफिसर्स भी होंगे. The IPS officers SB Shiragar, Padmaja Chauhan and Pritinder Singh. The next news is about Delhi only. So the Chief Justice of India NV Ramanna on Wednesday has reproached the inertia of the bureaucracy which waits for the court to pass the order. ये किसके बारे में बात हो रहा है? ये दिल्ली पॉल्यूशन के बारे में बात हो रहा है। कल भी हमने एक न्यूज़ पढ़ा था इससे रिलेटेड कि जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा था कि the citizens of Delhi cannot shift the blame towards farmers because stubble farming or stubble burning or straw burning contributes only 10% of pollution in the NCR region. फिर हमने कल एक बॉडी भी देखा था, that is called as Center for Air Quality Management. It is an overarching body to control air pollution not in Delhi only but in Delhi NCR region. So यहाँ पे अगर आप देखेंगे, so the bench means Supreme Court bench, इन्होंने it has raised the doubt about the efficacy of the measures adopted by the Commission for Air Quality Management in the National Capital Region and adjoining areas in an emergency meeting. जो ये CAQM है, it is a statutory body. It has replaced a Supreme Court appointed monitoring body of pollution in Delhi NCR region. Now the next is ASER report, ASER, ASER report. The full form of ASER is Annual Status of Education Report 2021. ये आज का सबसे important news है. So ASER report it is released by an NGO प्रथम. इसके जो कुछ important findings है वो है कि the percentage of rural children who were not enrolled in school they doubled during the pandemic. ये पहला information है. Second, जो एनरोलमेंट है वो अब प्राइवेट स्कूल्स में ज़्यादा नहीं हो रही है, गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स में ज़्यादा हो रही है. वन ऑफ द रीजन गिवन फॉर दिस इज फाइनेंशियल डिस्ट्रेस. देन 1/3 ऑफ चिल्ड्रन इन क्लासेस 1 and 2 दे हैव नेवर अटेंडेड द स्कूल इन पर्सन. देन ऑनलाइन लर्निंग was restricted only to 25% of the students, and ASER report recommends setting up of device libraries so that the children who don't have access to online classes they can access it from device library. The next is the new Pakistan law allows Jadhav to file appeal. ये इशू है करीब अप्रैल 2017 में. कुलभूषण जाधव, he was the retired Indian Navy officer. He was arrested in Pakistan and he was sentenced to death by a Pakistani military court. After that, India took this case to the International Court of Justice, and the International Court of Justice gave verdict in July 2019. So the timeline is 2017 में इनको अरेस्ट किया गया, 2019 में ICJ का वर्डिक्ट आया which directed Pakistan that Kulbhushan Yadav should be allowed access to Indian consular and also ensure review of his conviction. अब क्या हुआ कि since Pakistan is bounded by the verdict of the ICJ. So Pakistan passed the joint session of Parliament in Pakistan passed the International Court of Justice Review and Reconsideration Bill 2021. Now this bill will allow Kulbhushan Jadhav Indian consular access, and also now he can file for the review process, which was the part of ICJ verdict. So the International Court of Justice, it is one of the principal organ of the United Nations. The other 5 principal organs of the United Nations are located in New York, but ICJ is located in The Hague, Netherlands. Then Mukhyamantri Tirth Yatra Yojana. So this is the Yojana of the Delhi government where senior citizens will travel from Delhi to Ayodhya and back to Delhi. It begins from 3rd December 2021. The next is about सब्ज बुर्ज. ये थोड़ा important है. सब्ज बुर्ज क्या है? सब्ज बुर्ज एक मुगल एरा का मॉन्यूमेंट है, and it has been conserved and restored over the last 4 years using traditional materials and building craft techniques which was favored by 16th century craftsmen. Now ये जो tomb है, it was built in 1530, but ये किसी को नहीं पता है कि ये tomb किसका है, किस personality का है. Okay, इसका significance क्या है? That it is a double dome structure painted with pure gold and lapis, and and it is the earliest surviving painted ceiling for any monument in India. So these points are important about Sabz Burj कि ये earliest surviving painted ceiling है किसी भी monument का इंडिया में. The next is Anglo-Indian leaders, they meet Naqvi. So over here the important thing is Article 338. So Article 338 provides for the constitution of National Commission for Scheduled Caste. Now National Commission for Scheduled Caste is the body for advancing the constitutional and other legal rights of the scheduled caste as well as Anglo-Indians both. तो यहाँ पे जो हमारे लिए एक factual information है that who is the Minister of Minority Affairs. So Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi is the Union Minister of Minority Affairs, and Article 338 it provides for the constitution of National Commission for Scheduled Caste. The next is India refutes allegations on weakening of Glasgow Pact. So COP26 it ग्लासगो में हुआ था, स्कॉटलैंड में. यहाँ पे इंडिया ने और बाकी डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज़ ने एक टर्म को चेंज किया है, उसके टर्मिनोलॉजी को चेंज किया है, दैट इज़ रिलेटेड टू कोल. इस डॉक्यूमेंट में ग्लासगो पैक्ट में द टर्म विच वॉज गोइंग टू बी यूज्ड वॉज फेज्ड आउट, बट इंडिया एंड अदर कंट्रीज दे हैव कॉल्ड फॉर फेजिंग डाउन द कोल. कि मतलब हम कोल को धीरे धीरे विड्रॉ करेंगे, हम एक साथ विड्रॉ नहीं कर सकते कोल को. ओके, बिकॉज ऑफ द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ इंडियाज इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ, एम्प्लॉयमेंट एंड अदर एक्सीजेंसीज. अब पूरा फोकस इंडिया चाइना पे क्यों है? तो सी द पॉइंट, the India, US and China, they are the 3 of the largest fossil fuel emitters in the world, and India and China, they are more dependent on coal than the US. अब यहाँ पे इंडिया का टेक क्या है? इंडिया इज सेइंग दैट फॉसिल फ्यूल में सिर्फ कोल ही नहीं आता, नेचुरल गैस भी आता है, विच इज़ इन मच यूज बाय द डेवलप्ड वर्ल्ड. तो अगर हमें कार्बन एमिशन को कम करना है, सो वाई वी आर टारगेटिंग ओनली कोल, वाई नॉट नेचुरल गैस? ओके, so that is the stand taken by India over here. Now यहाँ पे जो information है, India has announced a 5-fold plan for tackling climate change which is also called as Panchamrit. So but India has not decided on when it would update its NDC. इंडिया ने अपडेट नहीं किया है अभी तक, सिर्फ अनाउंस किया है. अच्छा, इंडिया ने अपडेट भी क्यों नहीं किया है? क्योंकि जब हम न्यूज़ को देखेंगे, जो हमने पढ़ा है लास्ट वीक में, उसमें हमने देखा था कि इंडिया ने अपना 5-fold क्लाइमेट एक्शन प्लान अनाउंस किया, बट इंडिया हैज़ अ कंडीशन दैट नाउ द डेवलप्ड कंट्री शुड प्रोवाइड नॉट $100 billion फंड, बट दे शुड प्रोवाइड $1 trillion फंड फॉर, मीन्स $1,000 billion फंड और $1 trillion फंड फॉर adaptation and mitigation for climate change. Now, what is this India's Panchamrit or 5-fold declaration related to climate? The first is that India will be net zero by 2070. Second, 500 gigawatt of energy in India will be generated from non-fossil energy by 2030. Then 50% of the energy requirement will be from renewable energy. and India will reduce its projected carbon emission by 1 billion ton by 2030. And the fifth one is to reduce the carbon intensity of its economy to less than 45%. यहाँ पे एक फैक्चुअल इन्फॉर्मेशन है जो हमारे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. The COP president and cabinet minister in UK. So who was the COP president? Who was the president of COP26? He is also the cabinet minister, not in India but in the United Kingdom. That name is Alok Sharma. Now, 5 militants killed in J&K's Kulgam according to the police. So see, the TRF का यहाँ पे मतलब है the Resistance Front, which is the shadow agency of Lashkar-e-Taiba. So TRF commander Afaq Sikandar among those killed. So हम ये न्यूज़ पहले हमने किया था कि the targeted killing of civilians in Jammu and Kashmir had risen, and the terrorist agency which was in news was the Resistance Front. Now, under the police crackdown, yesterday also we read that there was a police encounter, and today also we have a news that there was a police encounter, and now police has a great achievement that the TRF commander Afaq Sikandar was among those who was killed. Now the next news is about ED chief gets 1 year extension of service. तो हमने एक ऑर्डिनेंस के बारे में पढ़ा था जो संडे को प्रेसिडेंट ने पास किया था. उस ऑर्डिनेंस में क्या था? The director of CBI and the director of Enforcement Directorate will have 5-year term rather than the 2-year term presently. So for extending the term of director of CBI, the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act 1946 was amended, and to extend the tenure of Enforcement Directorate chief or Enforcement Director, Chief Vigilance Commission Act was amended. So now what will happen over here, that according to a Supreme Court judgment, the minimum tenure for this director is 2 years, but if the central government wants, it can extend the tenure of these directors. Now the Enforcement Directorate Chief Sanjay Kumar Mishra has been given 1 year extension in service after the center issued an ordinance which increased the agency's head's tenure from 3 years up to 5 years. Now he is the 1984 batch Indian Revenue Service officer who was due to retire on November 18. Now the next news is India to hold first 2+2 with Russia on December 6. What is this 2+2? 2+2 का मतलब होता है meet of 2 ministers from 2 countries. Those 2 ministers are external affairs ministers and defense ministers. So if we just see that India is going to hold 2+2 talk with Russia, यहाँ इसका मतलब है कि एक मीटिंग होगी between defense minister of India and defense minister of Russia, दूसरी मीटिंग होगी between external affairs minister of India and foreign minister of Russia. So this meeting is going to be held with Russia for the first time. India already has this meeting with its Quad partners, that is Japan, US and Australia. But for the first time 2+2 meeting will be held with Russia, and we had earlier done that India is going to buy S-400 Triumph missile from Russia, and there is a danger of CAATSA sanction from USA. CAATSA sanction from USA. What is the full form of CAATSA? Countering American Adversary Through Trade Sanction Act. It was passed in 2017. It authorizes the US President to impose sanctions related to aviation and trade on those countries which have significant intelligence and defense relation with Russia, Iran and North Korea. Already this sanctions has been imposed on Turkey and China. Now this meeting is to be preceded by 2+2 meeting with US. Now see the Russian counterparts. So Russian foreign minister is Sergei Lavrov and defense minister is Sergei Shoigu. So they will be visiting India for 2+2 dialogue, and then Russian President Vladimir Putin is expected to meet our Prime Minister on December 6th. Now over here Russia also has 2+2 format, but only with 2 countries currently, Japan and France. Earlier it had a 2+2 format with US. Now we have a defense cooperations with Russia. So see the equipments, fighter jets, etc., which is supplied by Russia. So we have Sukhoi MiG-29 jets, T-90 tanks. Then we have AK-203 assault rifle, Igla S very short range air defense system, then Ka-226T light utility helicopter. On Raksha Samarpan Divas we read about LCH light combat helicopter. This will be given to defense forces in India, and it is the only helicopter in the world which can take off from the 5,000 meter altitude. The next is fall in number of those taking first dose. So for the first time in India, the number of persons who have taken 2 doses is higher than the number of persons who have taken the first dose. So now experts are saying that this is because of that people who are still to take first dose, their number is decreasing, and it is going against the aim of Har Ghar Dastak or Knock on Every Door campaign, which aims to ensure that all the adult population is covered with the first dose of COVID-19 vaccine. अगर हम इंडिया के स्टेटस देखें तो इंडिया हैज़ कवर्ड अबाउट 27% ऑफ इट्स पॉपुलेशन विद 2 डोज, बट इट इज़ नॉट इनफ. अगर हम चाइना का देखेंगे तो वो 74% है, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स 58%, यूनाइटेड किंगडम 68%. ओके, अगर इंडिया में हम देखेंगे तो 34 इन इंडिया हैज़ गॉट 74% इन इंडिया हैव गॉट 1 dose, while it is 82% in China, 74% in UK, and 68% in US. Okay, sorry, not 74, 54%. Now the Madhya Pradesh government to give rations only to those who are fully vaccinated. Now the Madhya Pradesh government has decided that the subsidized food and from fair price shop, जिसको हम PDS कहते हैं, ये उन्हीं को मिलेगा जिन्होंने दोनों डोज ले लिया है. Now Kartarpur corridor has reopened for Sikh pilgrims. The Indian government has announced the reopening of the corridor ahead of Prakash Parv. What is Prakash Parv? It is the birth anniversary of Guru Nanak Dev. कल इसको सेलिब्रेट किया जाएगा. और ये जो कॉरिडोर है 20 महीने से ये बंद था बिकॉज ऑफ पैंडेमिक. नाउ इट कनेक्ट्स टू गुरुद्वारा. सो वी हैव गुरुद्वारा नानका साहिब एंड गुरुद्वारा दरबार Sahib. So we have Gurudwara Darbar Sahib, which is across the international border in Pakistan, and then we have Nankana Sahib Gurudwara in Gurdaspur district of Punjab. It is around 4.7 kilometer corridor. Okay, and no visa is required to visit the shrines. The next is about Z tightened control over the PLA. तो ये न्यूज़ में क्या है, यहाँ पे हम प्लेनम की बात कर रहे हैं. तो जो प्लेनम जो लास्ट वीक कंक्लूड हुआ चाइना रूलिंग कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी का, एंड आफ्टर दैट अ कांग्रेस विल बी हेल्ड विच वेयर जी जिनपिंग विल एज्यूम द थर्ड टर्म. ही विल बी द लीडर ऑफ चाइना और प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ चाइना फॉर द थर्ड टर्म. सो व्हाट इज द आउटकम ऑफ दिस प्लेनम? सो द आउटकम ऑफ दिस प्लेनम इज दैट he has been Xi Jinping has been regarded as the helmsman of the Communist Party of China. This plenum was important because it was held after the 100 years of establishment of Communist Party of China. यहाँ पे एक रेजोल्यूशन भी पास हुआ था कंसर्निंग द फ्यूचर ऑफ द चाइना. अब यहाँ पे जो इम्पोर्टेंट आउटकम है वो ये है कि जो 1981 में जो रेजोल्यूशन पास हुआ था, सेकेंड रेजोल्यूशन अंडर जेंग जियाओपिंग, that called for collective leadership. Now this third resolution in the history of Communist Party of China has reverted back to core status to Xi Jinping. मतलब collective leadership नहीं होगा, Xi Jinping का को core status दिया गया है for Communist Party of China. Okay. The next is the Sri Lankan opposition protest against the economic woes. तो श्रीलंका में एक प्रॉब्लम चल रहा है और नाउ द अपोजिशन पार्टीज दे हैव मोबिलाइज्ड द पीपल टू प्रोटेस्ट अगेंस्ट द गवर्नमेंट. सो वी विल जस्ट सी द 2 issues why people are protesting against the Sri Lankan government. So the country is witnessing a protest because of economic conditions like spiraling cost of basic food items, fuel and cooking gas. Next is farmers are also protesting because of government's organic only policy shift. Okay, and then teachers and health workers, they are demanding better salaries and working conditions. उसके बाद मालदीव्स पे आते हैं. मालदीव्स एंड इंडिया दे आर मेंबर्स ऑफ सार्क एंड Maldives is the maritime partner of maritime neighbor of India. तो मालदीव्स में एक ऑनलाइन कैंपेन चल रहा है #IndiaOut। तो इसके अगेंस्ट द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ मालदीव ने एक नोटिफिकेशन दिया है क्लैरिफाइंग इट्स स्टैंड दैट द Maldives government strongly reject the attempt to spread false information, criticizing its ties with India, and India is the closest and trusted neighbor of Maldives. Now, what type of cooperation India and Maldives share? So, I have already told that they both are members of SAARC. Then, Indian support in areas such as search and rescue capability, casualty evacuation, coastal surveillance, and maritime reconnaissance is very important. Then Maldives observed that addressing threats of trans-border terrorism, piracy, narco-trafficking, climate change, cyber security and human trafficking also requires support and cooperation from regional and international partners. The next is financial bids for 6 CPSC का यहाँ पे full form है Central Public Sector Enterprise to be invited by January according to the DIPAM secretary. So DIPAM secretary कौन है? DIPAM का full form क्या है? डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड पब्लिक एसेट मैनेजमेंट। सो जो भी गवर्नमेंट का एसेट जो लिक्विडेट होना होता है इट गोज थ्रू डीपम। जैसे कि रिसेंटली गवर्नमेंट ने एयर इंडिया को सेल किया, इट वाज बॉट बाय टाटाज सब्सिडरी टैलेस प्राइवेट लिमिटेड। यहाँ पे टाटा ग्रुप दे हैड टू पे ₹2,700 करोड़ कैश टू द गवर्नमेंट एंड दे हैड टू टेक ओवर द ₹15,300 करोड़ डेप्ट ऑफ एयर इंडिया। सो इट ऑल हैपन्स थ्रू डीपम. So the secretary of DIPAM is Tuhin Kanta Pandey. Now the government has already announced its national monetization pipeline to liquidate the government assets and to generate 6 lakh crore in 4 years. यहाँ पे जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है वो LIC की बात चल रही है. The listing of LIC is crucial for the government in meeting its disinvestment target of ₹1.5 lakh crore for present financial year. तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि what is the disinvestment target of government this financial year. So it is ₹1.75 lakh crore. The next is SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. It has come out with the investor charter to ensure transparency and timely delivery of services. तो यहाँ पे हम important points को देखते हैं that the vision of the investor charter is to protect the interest of the investors by enabling them to understand the risk involved and invest in a fair, transparent, secure market. Then the investors have the right for getting fair and equitable treatment and their grievances should be redressed. Okay, now ये जो grievances होते हैं इन्वेस्टर के ये कौन से पोर्टल पर रजिस्टर होते हैं? ये सेबी का एक पोर्टल दैट इज कॉल्ड एज स्कोर. इट इज अ ग्रीवियंस रिड्रेसल पोर्टल ऑफ सेबी. नाउ कमिंग टू इम्पोर्टेंट एडिटोरियल. तो यहाँ पे चाइनीज़ प्लेनम की बात हुई है. सो वी विल गो थ्रू द इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट्स. सो द 6th प्लेनरी सेशन और प्लेनम ऑफ द 19th सेंट्रल कमिटी ऑफ द कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी ऑफ चाइना वॉज कंक्लूडेड ऑन November 11, 2021. After this 6th plenary session of the 19th Central Committee of the Communist Party of China, now the 20th National Party Congress of Chinese Communist Party will be held next year. Now, why this plenum is important now? The plenum are those meetings of the Communist Party of China which is held every year and Congress is held after every 5 years. Now, see, it is a historical resolution. The 3rd historical resolution was passed by the Communist Party of China in 100 years. Okay, now over here a claim is that the party had to fundamentally transform the future of the Chinese people. ये उस resolution में claim किया गया है. साथ साथ में जो उस resolution में जो claim किया गया है it is like that thought on socialism with Chinese characteristic for a new era. And now this resolution is in line with the first and resolution passed in 1949 by Mao Zedong and 1981 by Deng Xiaoping. Now this plenum document or 3rd resolution affirms Xi Jinping as the core leader of the Communist Party of China. Now there are 2 points raised by the author. It says that the Western countries they hold a view that the rule of Communist Party of China is based on the economic growth in China, and once the economic growth wanes away from China, then the legitimacy of Communist Party of China rule will be in danger. But according to the author, the resolution shows that Communist Party of China rules China based on the legitimacy provided by the people or support provided by the people. They have the wider support base in China contrary to the Western countries' view. Now what is there for India? So India, which is drawn towards anti-China phalanx led by the United States. Now it also has the border dispute with China. So the author is recommending that India has to change its Chinese policy. And if we will see, there is an additional problem in neighborhood. Many of the countries, though they are uncomfortable with having partnership with China, but they are forced to enter into partnership into China because of the circumstances. So Mr. Xi's rule in China is likely to continue for another 5 years, or it may be longer, and India should devise a different strategy which serves its interest. The next news is about Global Climate Risk Index. So we are discussing Global Climate Risk Index in the backdrop of COP26, which was held in Glasgow, Scotland. So we will just see one more factual information. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, it works under the aegis of United Nations. So the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, it recently released Assessment Report 6, which called for deep emission cuts of 45% by 2030 from 2010 level to limit the global rise in temperature at 1.5 degrees Celsius, which is also the goal of Paris Climate Agreement. Now let's come to Global Climate Risk Index. It is released by German Watch. The latest version was released in January 2021. Now the index uses historical data to provide insight on exposure to extreme events related to climate change. Now there are 4 key indicators used by GCRI. The first is number of death per 1 lakh inhabitants, sum of losses in purchasing power parity, and losses per unit of GDP. The first 2 indicators are absolute, the last 2 indicators are relative. Now the second problem with this is that the index suffers from exclusion errors and selection bias. Then the third is the index accounts for information on weather related disasters like storm, flood, temperature extremes and mass movement. But disasters जो है वो सिर्फ climate related नहीं होते. Earthquake, volcanic eruption, tsunami, which is related to geology, they also are disasters, but it is not accounted under Global Climate Risk Index. Then the data collected, the data used in GCRI is collected by Munich Re's NatCat service, and these data are never validated at the ground level. अब यहाँ पे 2 चीज़ों की बात हुई है. One is Sendai framework, and then we have National Disaster Management Information System of India. So the National Disaster Management Information System of India, it captures damages and losses caused by disaster, and it monitors the targets of the Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction. Then what is the other advantage of NDIMS? The other advantage of NDMIS is it captures details of parameters like death, injury, affected population by categories, as well as economic losses in social and infrastructure sectors due to both weather related phenomena and geological related disasters. क्योंकि अगर हम ग्लोबल क्लाइमेट रिस्क इंडेक्स की अगर बात करें तो ये सिर्फ वेदर रिलेटेड फिनोमिना की बात करता है, बट नेशनल डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट इंफॉर्मेशन दोनों को इंक्लूड करता है, वेदर एज वेल एज जियोलॉजिकल इवेंट्स. The next is about the Irula community in Tamil Nadu. It is one of the 36 tribal communities in Tamil Nadu. Most of you must be knowing about the Tamil movie Jai Bhim. तो जय भीम में ट्राइबल कम्युनिटी इरूला का ही स्टोरी है. उसमें जो कैरेक्टर्स हैं वो इरूला कम्युनिटी को बिलोंग करते हैं. यहाँ पे एक पर्टिकुलरली ये तमिलनाडु के इरूला कम्युनिटी का प्लाइट बताया है, बट इट इज़ more or less true for all the scheduled tribes groups in India. Now why this news is important? Because November 15th has been recently declared as Janjatiya Gaurav Divas by the government of India, and the birth anniversary of Birsa Munda, who led Munda rebellion in the area of Jharkhand during the British regime. Now one of the problem of the tribal people have been that Britishers, they wanted to tackle the tribal insurrections in central India and other part of the country, so they passed Criminal Tribes Act 1871. Okay, now this Criminal Tribes Act, which is the crude colonial law. It was like it was labeling the tribals that all the tribals are criminals only. Now this act was replaced by Habitual Offenders Act 1952, but it is also same as the Criminal Tribes Act, and such act should be repealed. Next is the fifth schedule of the Constitution. So the fifth schedule of the Constitution, it provides for the creation of scheduled areas by the President of India. The Constitution does not lay any criteria for the identification of fifth scheduled area, but the Devar Commission 1960-61 has laid down certain criteria like preponderance of the tribes in the population, compact and reasonable size, underdeveloped nature of the area, and marked disparity in the economic standards of the people. Now if we just see the census, according to 2011 census, the ST population in Tamil Nadu is 1.1%. now कल हमने न्यूज़ में पढ़ा था द ST population in India is around 10%. बट अगर हम जब डेवलपमेंट की बात करते हैं, चाहे वो लिटरेसी रेट हो, चाहे वो नेशनल हेल्थ फैमिली सर्वे में उनकी हेल्थ की बात हो, चाहे वो एग्रीकल्चरल लैंड ओनिंग की बात हो, सो देयर शेयर इज़ वेरी लो. नाउ there should be tribal sub plan. Okay, the policy should be set to create the policies in Tamil Nadu and other part of the country also. It should go beyond the electoral interest, and we should create a self-governed path for tribal development in India, which should be integrated with the tribal sub plan. That's all for today. We will meet again with the Daily Hindu News Analysis. Till then, have a nice day. Take care. Thank you.